What's up, rock stars? Coach Betty Rocker here. Welcome to today's posterior chain workout. I love doing focused workouts for the posterior chain, but you will find posterior chain moves in many of my other workouts. That's because it's super important to really pay attention to our posture and alignment, and strengthening the muscles along the back side of the body is very helpful for balancing us out and keeping us stable and strong as we go through time. So we are going to get into a great workout today. This is a little bit longer than some of my other workouts, more like the 30 to 40 minute range. So feel free to do the first half if you're short on time today. You can do that with any of my workouts. You know, it's all or something, not all or nothing. But either way, what you're gonna need for this workout is a little space to move. I've got my handy dandy ottoman from my living room here, and we are gonna be using this today. So you could also have as an alternative an exercise ball for one of the moves that I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna use my ottoman for. I've also got some assorted dumbbells here, so we are gonna be adding some resistance. But if you don't have a lot of dumbbells or any dumbbells at home, grab some water jugs, water bottles, any kind of home piece of equipment or prop that can give you some added resistance. We're actually gonna get started with a really cool move that you may or may not have seen before. I invite you to have an ottoman or elevated surface. Your exercise ball would also work for this. You can also lay on the floor, but what I'm gonna do is just lay my body across my ottoman like this, kind of almost as if I were in an upright superwoman position. Does that make sense? You could lay yourself on the side of your couch for this too. So go ahead and get comfortable here. Find a spot that you feel good in. And again, you could be down on the mat in a superwoman pose as well, because this is gonna work just fine either way. And we're gonna start out with nothing in our hands. We're just gonna go ahead and make some soft fists, and we're gonna draw them up behind our body, squeezing our shoulder blades together, focusing on that nice neutral spine. So your head and neck are neutral. You're not looking down at your chest, you're not looking up at the sky. You have a nice flat head, and you're just pulling your shoulder blades together, straightening your arms out behind you, just holding this position. Now this is our first set of these here. We're gonna go ahead and add some light resistance in our next set, but I want you to really just feel this squeeze, and we're gonna hold this for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Now you're going to bring your arms out, straight out to the side, similar to how you would in a reverse fly. So arms are straight out in a T position. We're doing the ITYs right now, in case you've done this before, or seen this before, or are wondering. This is such a great exercise. Very cool isometric hold, really warms up the back, and is just a great thing to practice in general. So arms are out to the side, feeling that squeeze between your shoulder blades. Maybe you feel it a little bit in the rear delts. If you start to fatigue, go ahead, right ahead and put your arms down, take a break, and come right back to this. We're testing out how we're feeling with the length of time I'm holding you for this first round, because this is gonna let you know whether or not you wanna add any extra resistance in our second round. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Last up, we're gonna do the Y. So the Y is pretty self-explanatory. We come up and out into a Y position. Once again, head and neck stay neutral. Core stays engaged. We're not really trying to engage our lower back here at all. We're just trying to hold those arms up. Now the Y is usually the toughest one. It's also the one that came last, so we've already fatigued some of these muscles in our back, but you may feel that this one is the toughest one. So just hang in there, take a quick break whenever you need to. Just hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release everything down. It's crazy, right? People do all these push-up challenges, but I'd like to see people do an ITY challenge, right? Like, let's hold those muscles in the back, because those muscles are the opposing muscles to the muscles you're working when you're doing a push-up, or you're typing on your computer, or you're working with your hands in front of you. So we really want to pay attention to them and strengthen them. You will probably feel sore after today's workout. Totally normal. That's great. You should feel a little sore. Now our next one we're going to do is a walkout, a plank walkout to a Renegade row. And the Renegade row is something that you can choose to add some resistance into, or you can do it with soft fists. Here's what I'm talking about. Feel free to join me in a little bit of a warm-up as we walk it out. Tall plank or kneeling plank, your choice. And we're gonna row our arm up on one side, row the arm up on the other side, bend the knees, walk it back, stand tall, open the chest, come forward, walk it out, up, up. Now, if you are in a tall plank when you're doing this, meaning your knees are not down, I want you to make sure, because it's more likely to happen, is that your hips aren't shifting too much side to side. Really use your core strength there. Flatten your back out. Feel the muscles between your shoulder blades working as you draw your arms up and back. Bend your knees as you walk it back forward. I've picked up a couple of weighted objects. I'm just gonna slide them out in front of me, walk it out, row, and row. Now on our next one, we're gonna do a double row, both sides. So walk it out, hold that plank. Remember, you can drop down to the knees, or you can stay up on the toes, just have a flat back, really work between the shoulder blades. Last one, we're gonna do that double row one more time. Walk it out, great work. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Really nice job. Walk it back, stand tall. Move those weighted objects out of your way. And we're gonna come into a conventional deadlift. Conventional deadlift, really awesome move. So we send our butt down. It looks almost like a squat, but it's not. So we're gonna have a really nice flat back. We're gonna keep those weighted objects in close to our shins. Then we're gonna use our back and hamstrings to stand tall. Okay, so grab some weighted objects. Remember, this is your first set of these. They don't have to be the heaviest weights. Stand with your feet slightly wider than hip distance. Shoulders back and down in their sockets. Brace your core. Send your hips back. Keep your body upright. If I had a broom handle from the back of my head down through my sacrum and spine, it would be straight, right? So I'm not arching my back. I'm keeping a nice neutral spine, bracing the core. Hands stand close to the shins, and then powerfully come up. Drop it back down. Now, I don't want you down here. We're not in a yogi squat. You're also not in a straight leg deadlift. You're somewhere in between. Powerfully come up. Now you'll see, I'm not putting my weighted objects back down on the floor. If I were using a barbell here, and I had weight plates on the end, that would bring me to about mid-shin as I came down with those weight plates and the bar. So I would be able to rest the weighted objects down on the mat in between lifts. If you're ready to go up to a barbell, I invite you to do so. Just be mindful of your form. Maybe use some of the Rockstar Weight Training Challenge from inside Rock Your Life, or the Foundations of Functional Fitness series to help guide you in your setup for using a barbell. Good, nice straight spine, nice strong core. Feel your glutes working here as you powerfully come up, keeping your shoulders back and down. I want 8 to 12 reps here. I'm gonna do 2 more. Last one. Oof. Bend the knees to set down your weighted objects. Whew. Come to a kneeling position, facing me. Now we are going to be doing those squats where you come from a kneeling position to standing. So this is a great option to have a towel folded up below your knees to help give them a cushion if that's supportive for you. You also have the option to hold on to some weighted objects here. I'm going to go pretty light because I'm going to be pressing my arms up overhead one at a time. Bring them up to your shoulders. Come up to that kneeling position, feel supported. We're going to step forward on our left foot, stand, powerfully drive the right arm up. Drop your right knee down, bring your left knee back, step your right foot forward. As you come up, drive the left arm up. Nice and smooth and controlled and deliberate. You're just going to alternate which leg leads you off from the floor, and that's going to give you that crossover effect where your core is totally working. Your back has to stabilize and support you as you come into this movement. This is a move we don't need to rush. Keep breathing. Keep your core braced. Feel the integration that is happening through your entire body here. Keep those shoulders in their sockets, meaning that your shoulders are not rounded forward. We're keeping a little bit of engagement between our shoulder blades, holding ourselves upright. Really great job. Woo. If you make a mistake with your legs, you don't do the right left perfectly, remember your flossum. Just keep on going. You got this. I'm gonna do one more each side. Really nice work, everybody. You got it. Last one. Nice. Bring your weighted objects back down with control, bending the knees to place them down. And let's come back to another set of those ITYs. Once again, I'm gonna use my ottoman. If you don't have an ottoman, again, it's no problem. Lay right down on your mat. You can hold your arms back while you're on your stomach on the mat. You can hold your arms up. You can also do this on an exercise ball. If you're on an exercise ball, I invite you to put your feet up against a wall. Now, for this second set, I'm gonna go ahead and add some extremely light resistance for 2 of the moves. You remember in the Ys, those are really challenging for me. I'm not gonna add any resistance to that. Feel free to give yourself the option to not use resistance for any of the other ones. If you started to fatigue well before me in the Is or the Ts, do them body weight again. You're not gonna get some massive added benefit by barely being able to hold up the weights in these positions. I'd rather you have a longer time to do the hold. So bring yourself into position, flatten your chest. Excuse me. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring the arms straight back. Palms stay facing the body. We're not turning them out like a tricep kickback. We're just keeping the arms out straight behind us. Palms face the hips. We're pulling our back up. Good. Feel those muscles all working. Excellent work. Hold. Feel free to drop them down, reset, go to body weight. You've got lots of options. Keep your core braced. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down. Give yourself a breather, take a breath. And then we're gonna come out to the side, T. Hold, breathe, feel that working. Woo, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Arms are shaking. Really allow this to be working the back of your arms, the back of your shoulders, and your upper back. There should be no strain in your neck, no strain in your core, no strain in your lower back. If there is, relax, take a breather. Don't use any extra added resistance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come up into the Y. Bring it up and hold. Hold. I would say like the small water bottles would be an appropriate amount of resistance for any of the moves you wanted to add resistance to here. This, just the addition of a tiny bit of extra has really been, it's very fatiguing. Work these muscles. We're finding out which parts of our body really need our attention, aren't we? Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Well done. I know that's very challenging. Really proud of you. Great job. Moving on to our next move. It's the plank walkout with the Renegade row. Remember, you have the option to do this, again, body weight with soft fists, or you can add in weighted objects to pull. You really only need one, because each time you put your hand down, you've only got to use one arm. So I'm gonna put out one of my weighted objects this time. Stand tall at the top of your mat, reset, core braced, bend the knees, Walk it out, tall plank or kneeling plank, double row. Use your core to brace your hips. You're gonna be tuning into your counter rotation muscles here in your core. So much core when we work on posterior chain because it has to be a part of the stability. A lot of us work on abs, abs, abs all day thinking, oh, if I just work my abs more, I'm gonna see my abs. But we're really not doing our body many favors when we do that because so much of our core stability comes from the integration of the back strength, the glute strength, the leg strength, all of it is connected. So we really want to have well-rounded workouts that we mindfully engage our core within as opposed to just targeting the abs. And anyway, if you've been with me for a while, you already know that ab workouts are not what is going to show your abs. If we want to lose belly fat or body fat, we have to do that systemically, meaning all over with patience, because the fat comes off the body in the same order it went on, and it doesn't come off one area just because we're training it. So that's why I like to have you take full body progress pictures. One more Renegade row. So you can really tune into all of the positive changes that are happening in your body and not just the abs. They'll catch up. You just gotta stay consistent. Many people give up before they really make true progress because they're not looking for progress in the right way. But that's not us. We've got this. Gonna move this out of the way. Whoa, that felt great. How are you feeling? Give yourself a quick breather. We're gonna move on for some more deadlifts. Woo! Feeling good. Feeling good being here with you. Go ahead and find those weighted objects that you want to use for your deadlifts. Again, we're going to start with the shoulders back in their sockets. Feet are just a little wider than hip distance. And as we send our hips back, we're allowing the weighted objects to really stay close to our body, make contact with our legs. I want you to really mirror the position my body's in. My chest is upright, my back is flat and straight. Now I'm going to drive my hips forward, pulling those weighted objects up. You've seen me do hip thrusts. We're doing the same thing as a hip thrust here. So squeeze your butt at the top. It's basically just like a standing hip thrust. Slow and controlled. Nice. You got this. When you come to standing, when you come up straight as an arrow. Don't lean your body back. Don't arch your back. We're always keeping a nice braced core. Count your reps. I want 8 to 12. If you're finding that the amount of weight you have available, you could do more like 15 to 20. If that's all you've got available, go right ahead and do it. Go right ahead and do more reps. However, I invite you to get more resistance, more options for yourself if you find that you could be lifting more. If you find that what you're doing is not allowing you to even get to 8, go down a little bit. Master this. We all need to calibrate, find our sweet spot. And sometimes it changes. Day to day, month to month, we all go through different seasons. So be nice to your body, listen to it, let your body tell you what's right, not me. Last move, it's the alternating standing squat to overhead press. Let's go ahead and grab the resistance. Now this is your second time doing this. Maybe you wanna change the amount of resistance you're using. Maybe you want it to be heavier, lighter, totally your choice. Let's come to a kneeling position. Bring those weighted objects up to our shoulder. We're gonna start with the left leg, leads us up. We press that right arm up overhead. Come down with control. So the way that you bring your body down to the mat is also working your muscles because you have to sort of decelerate in the descent. Your muscles have to exert control so that you can come down and come up. One of the reasons a lot of people struggle with burpees is because we're coming from the floor to standing. So whether you're working on those fast or slow, that is one of the challenges. This move is similar. We're coming from down on the floor to standing. If you've done a Turkish get up with me before or in another workout program, You have also come from the floor to standing. Some of why these movements are so challenging is because they recruit a ton of the body's muscles. They really draw on your core strength as well. Let's do a few more. You're doing amazing. Hang in there. Up and down. Great job. One more each side. Come on. Let's go. Power. Last one. Drive. Awesome work. Bend the knees, set down your weighted objects. Gonna come back to the ITYs one final time, one last opportunity to practice this today. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna use my ottoman again. Laying myself across it, I'm gonna use some very, very light pieces of resistance. Something like very lightweight water bottles. Wouldn't be using my water jugs for this, or my laundry jugs, if that's what I was using. Lay yourself over your space, whether you're laying on the floor or you're elevated on your ball or your ottoman, keeping your fists facing in towards your body. Lift your arms up behind you and hold. If you're feeling a strain in your lower back, try doing blueberry spine in this position. That's where you imagine you're laying on your back with a blueberry under your spine, and you're gonna flatten the blueberry out. You don't wanna hyperextend your spine here. You just wanna feel like you've got some core bracing going on. See if that doesn't help correct anything that you may be feeling there. Hold those shoulders back. Keep your head and neck in neutral. Excellent work, rock stars. Breathe, focus, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Whew. Relax your body. And once again, come up, bring the arms out to the T position, straight out to the sides. Hold your head and neck in a nice neutral position. Don't look down, don't look up. Keep your legs straight, keep your core braced. These are gonna be tough. It's our last set of them. You've been using these muscles a lot already. Woo! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breathe. I'm gonna drop down my weights. I'm gonna leave them on the floor, and I'm gonna come up into my Y. And since we're saying I'm coming into my Y, why not use this as an opportunity to tune into our why? Why did we show up for this workout today? Why are we here? Why do we care about exercise, fitness, health? What are the reasons? There can be a lot of reasons. There's no one right answer here. It's just something that's worth thinking about, because when you have your why really dialed in, you don't need to rely on motivation, discipline, some external source nearly as much. You think about why you want to do it, what matters to you, and that gets you there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Release. Great job. All right, I'm gonna move my ottoman out of the way. Gonna move these lighter pieces of resistance out of the way, setting up for those plank walkouts to Renegade rows. I'm gonna set that weighted object right in the center of the space that I'm gonna walk out to. Standing tall at the top of my mat. Bend the knees, walk it out. Come right on top of your weighted object. I want 2 rows, working to keep your hips stable. You can separate your feet, that'll give you a more stable and secure base. Walk yourself back in, stand tall. Come down, walk it out. Use every opportunity here as we go slow through these first couple moves to really tune into your body. Feel the muscles that are working. Feel how you can support them. Develop that deeper body awareness. Each time you come up, roll your shoulders back. Brace your core standing. Feel how your core supports you, whether you're in plank or standing up. And even in between, it has to do all kinds of work for you at all times. Good. Stand tall. Roll it back. Walk it out. Great work. So good. Double row, both arms. Work on stability in your plank, kneeling or on your toes. We're gonna do one more. Great job. Come on down. Walk it out. Narrow row. Good. Second side. Last one. Walk it up. And complete. Amazing work. Gonna move this out of the way. We're gonna move into our last set of the deadlift, the conventional deadlift. So get your weighted objects set up. I'm striding around my mat, just catching my breath. That's all I'm doing. These workouts should be challenging. They should make you just a little breathless. Even though we're not jumping around, this is still fantastic, challenging workout. Challenging, and we can challenge our body in many ways. Shoulders back in their sockets. Brace your core. Send your hips back, keeping the weighted objects in close to your shins. Powerfully drive your hips forward. Coming straight as an arrow. Upright. Great job. Count your reps. So strong. Keep that back nice and flat. Keep your body upright as you pull. Don't bend forward. Good. When you're done, go ahead and set your weighted objects down. Use control, bend the knees. Find the weighted objects you want to do for the overhead press combo. And join me in the center of your mat. Woo! You're rocking it. Bring those weighted objects up to your shoulders. Step it up, left foot leads. Pressing the right arm overhead as we come to standing. Down again, right foot leads, left arm goes up. Repeat. With these overhead presses, work to keep your elbow really close to your body. That's your start position. And your end position has your elbow in close to your ear. So we're being really nice and controlled here with that shoulder joint. This is an awesome, awesome workout today for your entire rotator cuff. All of the muscles that surround and stabilize your shoulder joint. They all have different actions. The most common actions we do with the muscles of the rotator cuff are in front of us. That's why we are doing posterior chain training today, one of the many reasons. We want to really strengthen the back and rotator cuff muscles in the back. We want to strengthen the entire back side of the body. We can't help all the things we do in front of us. Our eyes, they're in the front of our head. So of course, we as humans are designed to do most of our actions in front of us. So we have to be smart and also use our brain and really mindfully strengthen the muscles in balance. Good. Last one. Powerfully come up and release. Excellent, excellent work. Super proud of you. Take a breather, take a rest. We've got one more circuit to do and we're gonna power through it. It's super fun. You're gonna be even more challenged. Okay. Single leg deadlift to lunge. Ooh, what is happening? Grab some weighted objects. And I want you to step your right foot forward, step your left foot back. You're gonna stagger your deadlift. Now this is a straight-legged deadlift. Shoulders come back into their sockets. Once again, we brace our core. And they're just gonna tilt your body forwards, keeping your hips in the same neutral position, bringing your body to a flat back. And then you're gonna powerfully come up. And then you're gonna drop it into a lunge. Oh my gosh. Hinge back, powerfully come up, lunge, same leg. You can use body weight for this as you're getting this form down. This is gonna fatigue your legs super fast. Keep your flat back, keep your hips level. You're not gonna wanna rotate your hips side to side here at all. You're gonna wanna keep that nice stable base. Really think about most of your weight is in your front right leg for this, okay? Your back leg just is taking some some of the support. When you come into the lunge, you add a little bit more weight to that back leg, but then for the deadlift, we put more of the weight on the front leg. I want 8 to 12 reps each leg. I'm done on that leg already. Whew. I'm gonna step the left foot forward. Feel free to continue on that other leg though. And I'm gonna do the same number of reps on this other side. So we start with the deadlift, and then we go right into that lunge. Really thinking about how more weight is in the front foot. For the deadlift, we're almost just having a kick-standed back foot there. Great work. And we come all the way back upright before completing our lunge. Keep your core braced throughout this movement, throughout this entire flow. Really great job. Back, squat, hinge, and squat. Last one for me. Oh my gosh. Set the weighted objects out of the way. Please do a few more reps if that's where you're at. This is your workout. The amount of weight you're using, the amount of reps you're doing is subjective to you. Now, last move in this circuit is a narrow push-up. I added a push-up because the narrow push-up gives us the opportunity to isolate the triceps. If you're feeling fatigued from the very beginning of the workout, I invite you to do this kneeling. That is a totally valid approach so that you can build that strength in your triceps, okay? So don't feel like you have to be up on your toes for this. Just if I am, I might switch. So for the tricep push-ups, we're actually gonna keep our elbows in close to our rib cage as we come down and as we come up, so we don't have them out wide. These are really challenging for the tricep muscles. Really keep your elbows in close to your body. The in-between move is to have just one knee down here and the other leg up. This might be your sweet spot if you're in between kneeling and toe push-ups. You could also do this elevated against the side of your couch or ottoman. I'm gonna do 3 more. 2. Last one. Keeping the elbows in close to the body. Nice job. Now, I want you to just tune in. What did you notice there? Did you have a tendency to collapse around your shoulders with that movement? We're gonna really work on that. Really keep your shoulders back and open. Go ahead and open them up right now. Bring your hands into the tricep position. Elbows close to your side. Press forward, press back. Press forward, press back. Keeping your chest open. Now collapse and be sloppy in your upper body. Press forward, press back. Press forward, press back. You don't feel it as much in your back, right? Go ahead once more. Shoulders back and down in their sockets. Core braced. Now you'll feel it. Even with no resistance at all, you're gonna feel that in your back. That's what we wanna duplicate when we're down on the mat. So really think about that, okay? Let's do some more of those deadlift lunges. Feel free to adjust the amount of resistance that you're using for those. Be my guest. We're gonna get through this together. Here we go. Step your left foot back, right foot forward. Shoulders back and down in their sockets, core braced. Hinge your hips, come up, and come into that lunge. Nice. Hinge and lunge. Feel free to play around with where your back foot is to stabilize you. You don't want it too far back. You want it so that when you're coming into that lunge, you're stable and supported. I practice this move a lot. I really love this combination. It allows me to build a lot of strength in my legs. It's a nice complement to bilateral movements like the squat, the deadlift. This is a unilateral movement, so single leg. Good. Squat, deadlift. Go to the top of your rep range. Doesn't have to be the top of mine. Hinge and squat. I'm gonna switch legs. You do you. Stand upright, hinge, and squat. Great job. Hinge and squat. Beautiful work. Hinge and squat. Oh my gosh. Hinge and squat. squat. I'm feeling it. I'm right there with you. Stay nice and stable through your front leg. Use your back leg to support you. Remember what we talked about. You can shift your weight to the front foot in your deadlift, and then distribute your weight in your lunge. Come all the way upright before doing your lunge. Whew. Last one for me. Keeping those hips square. Set down your weighted objects. Come out into your tricep position when you're ready. Go ahead and finish up your set. If you're still working, you can always pause this video if you need a little more time. When you're ready, join me in your push-up position. Remember what we talked about and practiced in that last set in between. Really engage your upper back, open your chest. Keep your elbows in close to your body as you press away and lower yourself down. It's really that lowering ourselves down and pressing away with the elbows in that's gonna really isolate the triceps and train your chest to be in the right position to support your shoulders and rotator cuff. If this is bothering you at all, please just do a couple reps. Only do them if they feel good, as in a good hurt. No pain, pain-free please. Elbows in close to the body. Last one for me. Quick breather. Really nice job. Did you feel how much it matters where your upper body is, how you're positioning your arms in their sockets? This is everything when it comes to really protecting your rotator cuff. So when you're working today at your computer or at your desk, don't let yourself sloppily get into this position. Be intentional with your movements. Sit upright, open your chest, bring your shoulders back. Set your computer screen up so that you're looking directly at it, not looking down. If you're driving your car, bring your headrest up so that you're sitting upright. This will help cue you, especially long drives. Cue yourself, practice this anytime you get the opportunity to do so. Okay. Last set, best set. Pick up those weighted objects. We're gonna come back into one final set of the single leg deadlift to lunge. Step your right foot forward, left leg back is in the kickstand. Put most of your weight on that front foot. Don't have sloppy shoulders. Bring them back and down, core braced. Send your hips back, coming to a flat back, keeping the weighted objects in very close to your shins, and then drop it down into that lunge. Hips back. Lunge. Nice. Hips back. Lunge. Count your reps. If you don't have the amount of resistance that you feel really challenges you, do more reps. It's all good. Great job, come on. Hinge, power up, chest open. 8 to 12 reps on this leg. And then you can switch to the other side. I'm about to switch. This is my last one on the right leg. Switching to the left side. Putting most of the weight on that front foot. Hinge. Lunge. Hinge. Use all your good form. It's all coming together. Brace that core. Keep those weighted objects in close to your body to protect your back. Even as you strengthen it, feel free to readjust your foot position. It's all good. This is your body, your workout. You're in charge. Strong, powerful, amazing. I got 2 to go. How are you? Finish strong. Finish where you're at. Even it out. Great job. When you're done, bend the knees, place your weighted objects down, and join me for our last set of tricep push-ups. Breathe. You're a rock star. Are you ready? This is it. Think about where you're gonna lock in your frame, your upper body. Bring yourself down.
Kneeling, tall plank, or in between. Elbows stay in close to the body. Lower down, press up. Lower down, press up. Keep those shoulders back. So good, come on. Nice. For you, this is as many reps as possible. There's no set amount. Do as many as you can. Last one for me. Woo. Woo. Oh, my goodness. Bravo. Excellent work. Way to absolutely rock today's workout. Awesome, awesome job. Now, if you're a member of Rock Your Life, you can find my specific stretch sequence for after this workout, the cool down stretch, right inside of your members class library, as well as the complete series of posterior chain workouts that I am teaching for this sequence. There's 4 of them total. If you're not in Rock Your Life, I highly recommend that you check it out and join us. You can take 30 days to check everything out with the trial with the link that I have here for you. Not only are there over 1,000 workout classes that you can do from home with no equipment, minimal equipment, more equipment. There's a whole variety of types of workouts, bar, yoga, body sculpting, high intensity interval training, weight training, all the different types of workouts are inside of Rock Your Life. Plus we have challenges. So if you're like me and you like to have a plan and a program to follow, you can use any of our challenges to have that live calendar approach, a daily email push if you want it. It's totally optional. You just push a button, and there's all different types of challenges of all different types of workouts. So it's a really, really amazing resource. There's a wonderful women's fitness community that comes with this so that you have support. You can get your questions answered from myself and the Team Betty Rocker coaches. We would love to welcome you into this amazing online home workout studio because it's great to have options, and it's great to have, just something you can literally take with you in your phone, have on your computer, anywhere that you are, and have that access to that motivation, that holistic focus that encompasses our 4 pillars of health, right? Our sleep, nutrition, stress management, and exercise. We offer you the workouts, but we talk about everything else because you are a whole person and we want to support you in all the ways that we can. As always, I'm Betty Rocker. You are so awesome and amazing. Grab a trial to Rock Your Life today, and I'd love to see you in there. Talk to you soon.